What up? And welcome to a special edition of Is It Worth It with the Backwards Hat Guy. We are taking a look today at ARK Survival Evolved. I haven't put out any videos lately because of this game. I've been playing it quite a lot. I didn't do any videos on it because there are so many videos out there. Everybody seems to be playing this game right now. But I wanted to do a quick little look and let people know, is it worth it right now? And this is special because this is an early access game, and I am currently playing version 179.5. So keep that in mind, 179.5, June 24th, 2015. So, is it worth it? Let's take a look. First, we gotta punch trees. So this game is a survival game, obviously, with dinosaurs, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of really cool core mechanics to this game that obviously borrows a lot of inspiration from some other survival games like Rust, or go through Subnautica, Stranded Deep. There's a lot of The Forest, another one, a lot of similar game mechanics, but this one is very special because there are dinosaurs, and you can tame them, and you can ride them, and they can attack for you. You can use them to harvest materials. Really, really cool mechanics. So let's see. Pick up some rocks with E as default. You push I, open up your inventory. This is what it looks like. You got your inventory on the left here. Here's your body. This is the very first default guy you get. You can kind of customize a little bit with how they look, skin color, male, female. And all that. You got your equipped items up here. Your stats right here. Excuse me, right here. Level 1, obviously I just started. You got your health, stamina, oxygen, food, water, weight, melee damage, movement speed, fortitude, crafting speed, torpor. So torpor is a very interesting mechanic with this. I'll explain that in just a moment. But to craft stuff, you go up to craftables, and you start with these two recipes. So you got your stone pick. You need 1 stone, 1 wood, and 10 thatch, which you see I've got the materials for that. You can click it and either hit craft item, or you can double click it and it'll start crafting it. You don't have to be in it, and you can see on the bottom left I'm crafting it, and boom, it's done. You kind of slow down while you're crafting, but it's nice you don't have to be in the menu. So you put that there, boom, flip it into your hand. Oh yeah. And then you can use this actually to harvest some more thatch and wood. Basically, you need to level up in order to unlock more crafting. Oh dang, I got 40 thatch off that. You push Q to go back to just your hands, and then E to harvest these bushes. And as you can see, I'm getting fiber. I picked up a stone, fiber, and berries from these bushes, which is awesome. So basically, and there we go, right on time. So basically, you just do a little bit of harvesting. Go back to your inventory and you level up, and you can choose which one to increase. So health, pretty straightforward. Stamina, you need stamina for like attacking and running. Oxygen for when you're underwater, which this game has a lot of content, a lot of things to do underwater, so that can be helpful to increase. Food is how much like your capacity of food, and water is kind of the same thing. You need to eat and drink. Weight, that's how much you can carry. Melee damage, pretty straightforward. Movement speed, straightforward. Fortitude has to do with how much you can resist passing out, or increasing your torpor, and your crafting speed. Obviously that's pretty straightforward. First off, I want to go for health, and then we see these Ingram points. These are called Ingrams, and you get points every time you level up, and each Ingram costs a specific amount. So I want the hatchet. That's 3, so we'll learn that. And then you definitely need the campfire, learn that. So now I've only got 2. I could really use a spear and then some of this armor, but we'll do that for the next level. So now we go to our craftables. Stone hatchet, I need 1 flint. So to get flint, you need, that's not going to be a real rock. Oh, and we got our first hostile dinosaur right there. That little guy just ahead right there, that's a Dilophosaur. Otherwise known as a Dillo or a Dilo. People pronounce it differently. I always say Dilo just because it's a Y, and I don't know. Dillo sounds like something else. I can probably take him on, but if you see, We'll see. He's like the spitter from the Jurassic Park movie. Yeah, there he goes. And he's gonna spit some acid, and if that acid hit me, it would have blinded me. So come on, buddy. There we go. Got him. I was pretty low on health. So when they're dead, you actually hit them to harvest the material. See, I got hide and some raw meat. Hide and raw meat. And actually my food is down a little bit, so I'm going to eat a couple berries. So you click on the berry, hit use item, or you can also put them in your hotbar and just use them. If I just put it in my hotbar, I can just hit the number and I'm eating. See, it says I consumed it. And on the bottom right over here, you can see this is your level. It'll show you kind of where you're at with the level. This is your weight, your water, your food, your stamina, and your health. And then up here you'll see your torpor go up if your torpor is increasing. So what I'll do a little bit of harvesting here. So what torpor is basically your level of consciousness. When that increases, you'll get a little overlay on your screen of like a little purple outline to kind of show you that your torpor is increasing, your torpidity. And when that fills up, you basically become unconscious, and you'll just literally pass out on the ground, and your screen kind of goes mostly black. You can still see a little bit. Oh, yep, and that's another part of the game, is pooping. That is my poop. Everything poops in this game, and you can use it all as fertilizer, which is awesome. But yeah, so when you're passed out, you can't do anything. People can access your inventory. Dinosaurs obviously will eat you. Yeah, so a couple other tricks is you can hit V to open up straight to your crafting, which is very helpful. So we're going to create hatchet. We're going to need a campfire, so we need more stones. And what we can do with that is put our tool away and just go around on the beach and pick up these stones. Very useful. Another thing is, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so hit V to go straight to your crafting. You can hit F to always access the inventory. You'll see here in a minute when I craft a, can I craft it? Yeah, campfire. There are certain items that when you push E, it's the action button. It's not to actually access the inventory. Let me show you how this goes real quick. So campfire, you just click on it, use item. Again, you can put it in your hotbar and just hit the item, and you'll get this little outline, and it'll go green if you can place it, and it'll go red if you can't, and it'll tell you why it can't be placed, which is really helpful up there on the top. So we're just going to place it right here. So if you see, it says access inventory right now, so I can push E to access inventory. We're going to throw, actually I'll put my hatchet on there. I'm going to put a piece of, you need something to burn, and then I'll put some meat on there. Actually I'll put some thatch, and you can hold shift and drag to pull just half of a stack, and then you can hit light fire. So now if you look at this though, E puts out the fire, or it'll light it, which is really kind of annoying. Or you can hold E on it and it'll give you this radial menu, which is true for a lot of different things. And you can access the inventory that way, or you can just hit F by default and it'll automatically access the inventory, which is very helpful because there's so many times when you just run up and you go to access and it's like, oh, I unlit it, and that kind of ruins the cooking time. Oh, there we go, we got some meat. And it's cool, you can just use the item straight from this menu. It's really handy. So yeah, let's see what else we got. There's a pterodon, or a pterodactyl. There's a triceratops over there. Oh, he just pooped. It's called a trike in this game. So they have their actual names, like their scientific names, but a lot of them. Oh, and there's something off in the distance right there. But a lot of them have like nicknames that they go by. That right there is a megalodon, very large shark-like dinosaur, and it is bad news. They do a ton of damage, and there are tons of them in the water right now. The developers said that there's just a lot of them right now because essentially they're kind of like placeholders for other dinosaurs. So once they include more sea-dwelling dinosaurs, there will be less megalodons. But yeah, right now it's bad news to try to get around in the water. in the deeper water. There are some rivers and stuff as well, which is pretty cool. Another thing, let's take a look at the map. Pretty cool map. Oh, that actually shows the map from my other game, which is interesting. So this server has the show icon on, so you can see where I'm at. That's where the pin is. It's not where it says me, but it's where the actual weird brown pin is. One thing to note, if you're going to play this for the first time, do not spawn in the north. Just don't do it. Nope, just don't do it. It's bad news. There's some mountains up there, and there's just a lot of bad things that spawn. And it's not recommended. Why is this not cooking? I think, oh, it's probably because I turned it off and on. Kind of reset the timer. Another thing is everything spoils. So you can see right here it says it spoils in 4 minutes and 24 seconds. It's going down. So everything spoils, including berries. There you go, spoils in 2 minutes. So yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle to keep food and berries and some other things. Poop spoils, disintegrates after a certain time. But yeah, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of different ways. I won't go into everything right now. There's a lot of different ways to keep things from spoiling or increasing their timer to spoil, which is nice. But yeah, so starting out, you just want to make some tools, harvest a lot of things, and check this out. You can take this tree down. Give me some wood, some thatch. Oh man, I had a ton of wood on it. The whole thing goes down and kind of disappears. But yeah, so trying to think what else. Early game, you basically just want to level up as best you can, as most that you can. Why did this not cook? Oh, and you get charcoal for burning wood, which is cool. And you can go to demolish, and you'll get half of the materials that it took to craft it back into your inventory. So you can see I got some more rocks and some wood, and things will drop inventory. I don't know why this didn't cook. Oh, I guess I'll carry it. I don't know. It's not going to do anything. Another thing to note when harvesting things, pick on a tree will give you lots of thatch. A hatchet on a tree will give you lots of wood. Oh, a little bit of lag there. And then a pick on rock will give you lots of flint. And a hatchet on rock will give you lots of stone. Which doesn't exactly make sense. Oh, and a pick on a corpse will give you more meat. And a hatchet on a corpse will give you more hide. So keep that in mind, and I think it mentions that in the tooltip, so that's nice. But you can see the other aspect of the game. You can see there's a huge obelisk over there in the distance, and there's a beacon over there. That's a blue one. I can't get that one, but there's a white one over there. I'm not going to be able to make it over there. I'm not going to really spend too much time on that. Oh, level up. And as you can see, I didn't really do anything. You get experience literally for just walking, I believe. So you just very slowly, and obviously in these early levels, you're going to level up a lot faster. And let's see, let's do a little movement speed. That's always nice. And we can get the spear. And can we get something else? Yeah. Oh, we can get a couple of these things. Let's get the pants and the shirt. Sure, why not? And as you're moving around, it's always good to just spam E, honestly. As you're walking around, you'll just pick up berries and fiber from the plants. You'll pick up stones from the ground. That guy just pooped. Yeah, anyways, back to... man, I keep getting distracted. There's so many different things to talk about. The obelisks are kind of save points. I don't know, it's hard to describe it, but basically you can upload your character to the official servers of the game and transfer them to another server by going to those obelisks, which is pretty cool. And there's a couple other things you can do with them, but that's right now it's still kind of work in progress. The beacons are actually like supply drops for you. They're different and they're color coded based on level. So white is level 3, Then you got green is 15, blue 25, and then I believe purple is 35, yellow is 45, and red is 55. And you have to be that level to access the crates. Oh, and to drink water, you just actually go underwater, and you'll see my water went up. Which is pretty nice. But yeah, so that's what the beacons are. They're very, very helpful, especially early game. You get some really good materials. You can get some hide armor, you can get some saddles, you can get some just some basic resources to kind of boost your resource, gathering, which is really nice. There is a day-night cycle, so it's starting to get dark. I'm gonna try to explore a little bit. Oh, and there we have a Carno, which is very bad news. That's one of I guess it would be the third most dangerous carnivore on the island. You have the Spinosaurus, is the number one probably, and then the T-Rex, and then these Carnos, and these things are tough. Even at like a mid-range level, they're tough. Let's see if we can aggro him. What's he doing? Is he attacking something? Just to kind of show you. Where'd he go? What's he doing? Oh, is he coming for me? Oh, he's coming for me. Let's see if I can get him to attack this trike. Yeah. There we go. They're attacking each other. So that's a very, very helpful strategy. If you're getting attacked by a big carnivore, just try to get them to attack something else. Trikes are nice. They're pretty strong. They can handle a few attacks. It's not gonna. Yeah, the Carno killed the trike and now he's eating him. Yeah, it's a good strategy to escape. And as you can see, normally you cannot run very far from those guys, but I got lucky. There was a trike right there, and he just happened to go after him instead, which is really nice. What's he doing now? Is he coming? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay. Nope, we're good. But yeah, so man, this is an awesome game. I've been really enjoying it. You can do some building. You can do some, I don't know, there's so many things to do. And actually, I think I'm going to just jump onto my other character real quick now that I've showed kind of the beginning. I'll jump over to my other character. I'll show you a little bit of building, a little bit of the higher level stuff, and then we'll do a quick recap and we'll talk about whether or not this game is worth it. So I will jump to that other character. And welcome to my other server. This is an online server. I've been playing with old Toby and Exiron, and Exiron's wife, and a couple of other friends. Just to give you an idea where I'm at, I'm actually very close to where I was on that other beginner server. But yeah, so just gonna show you the trike, and look at this. This guy's a very different color than the one we saw in another one. He's like green and even blue or purple on the top. Really cool how the dinosaurs have different coloring to them, which is really, really cool. So here's just a little shack kind of I've been building, a little outpost. And here is a turtle that I have tamed. His name is Leonardo. Actually, Exiron tamed this guy. But check it out. You can ride him. And they can kind of sprint. You can go to first person. If you hit F, you can access their inventory straight off their backs, or you can access yours. This is hide armor, actually a chitin. It's a chitin chest piece. So this is the third tier chest piece. This is second tier hide armor, and you can dye everything. If you can even see on these things, there's a pike. It's got some green on it. It's a hatchet. Bow's got some green on it, but you can see I dyed this green and black, my favorite colors, which is really cool. Yeah, so here's Leonardo, and they've got inventory, so you can, oops, keep hitting the wrong button. So again, if you hit E, you'll automatically ride. If you hit F, you'll access their inventory. they can carry stuff for you, which is really awesome. And if you put berries or meat in them, it spoils a lot slower than if you carry it on yourself. So that's important to note. Highly recommend early on taming a dilo. That's extremely helpful. What you can do, let me see if I can put a few rocks. Is there anything nasty around here? No. Okay. One thing you can do, obviously early on, you can just punch. That'll knock them out. You can also, there's little dodos, which I'm really surprised I didn't see any. There's these little dodos, like little chickens. They're really funny. Those are really easy to tame. But in order to tame, you basically open up the inventory. You knock them out, so you don't want to kill them. You want to either punch them, or you can use a slingshot, which you can get at level 5, I believe. You just pick up stones, and it shoots stones, and you want to try to hit them in the head. And that'll increase their torpor. It'll also do a little bit of damage, but you'll eventually knock them out. And then you just want to access their inventory kind of like this, and you put berries. And one thing I didn't mention was narco berries. So you got stem berries. So stem berries increase your stamina and will also decrease torpor by a lot, but also dehydrate you really quickly. Narco berries do the opposite. They increase your torpor. So what you do is you want to put narco berries inside the inventory. So let's say you open it up, you throw them in there, and then you click on this, and then you hit remote use. So remote use is really helpful because you actually use the item you have selected for whatever creature or inventory you're actually accessing. So I just forced him to eat that berry. So what you do is when something's knocked out, you force it to eat narco berries, and that'll increase their torpor, which keeps them unconscious longer, gives you time to tame them. And each animal has its own kind of favorite food. The herbivores obviously need berries. The carnivores, including like the dilo, need meat. So raw meat works good. You can even use cooked meat. That's fine. Prime meat's the best, but you get that from guys like this Stegosaurus, which are a lot more difficult to kill, or like the T-Rex, the Megalodon, the Spinosaurus, even the Carno. But that stuff spoils really quickly. It's really difficult. So yeah, that's kind of a quick overview. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will be happy to answer. I've been helping out on the wiki a little bit here and there, which has been a lot of fun. And obviously I've put so far 30 hours maybe into the game. I don't know. But yeah, so let's talk. Is it worth it? As I'm doing this, and I'll show you how I craft something here in a minute. Oh, we're covering. So, actually, real quick. So I have a wooden wall that I placed on my hotbar, right? I don't have any wooden walls on me, but you can still see the kind of outline and see that number 9. If you hit the number 9, you will craft it if you have the materials available. And now I've got it. So I've got a wall. Now the 0 is the ceiling. If I hit 0, oh, I crafted it. Oh, I didn't think I had the materials for it. Alright. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Where am I going? Yeah, there you go. So if you hold, I'm holding 0 right now. It'll show you what it is. But it's cool. You can craft stuff from your hotbar, and like if your tool breaks, you just hit that number again and you'll repair it, which is really sweet. So the way the building works is you just select what item you want to use, and kind of like that campfire I showed off, it'll show an outline of where it's going, and then you just left click and it'll place it. Same thing, ceiling, boom. Oh shoot, I just replaced. Oh, did you see that? I had it right here, but at the last second it moved on top, so I replaced this and I got only half the materials back. Yeah, so I can't craft it. If I hold it, it'll tell me what I'm missing, so I need more wood. Whoop, that's just from replacing it. When you demolish something, it just kind of explodes, and it's pretty crazy. I know another thing is beds. There's beds and there's uh, what's it called? Sleeping bag. Sleeping bag you can spawn to uh, one time. Beds are permanent as long as they don't. Um, and when you die, you get to spawn and you select which area you want to go to, or you can click on beds. And you click on the bed and you just hit respawn, and that's how you select where you want to go. You need to protect beds with buildings because dinosaurs will, like the hostile ones, will destroy them. And one thing to note is that the game keeps going even though you're not playing, which is crazy. So you need to, when you log out, you can't just log out anywhere. You really need to log out inside of a structure, because you just go unconscious on the floor. And players, while you're logged out, players can access your inventory. They can kill you, and all that. So yeah, it can be difficult playing online, like on the official servers, because a lot of people take advantage of those things and grief people, and there's a lot of issues with that. You can also play on a PvE server, which is player versus environment, which kind of minimizes that a little bit and makes it so that like people can't break into your houses, which is nice. They're obviously tweaking it, which kind of brings me to the next point of, this game is under heavy development. There are updates all the time, almost daily. It's pretty crazy. At least every few days. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 updates daily, in one day. It's pretty nuts. So this is 179.5, like I said. Is it worth it? I love it. A lot of people have issues because the frame rate's a little iffy. This whole video has been in about 20 to 25 FPS, which is a little bit worse because I'm recording, but I typically don't get 30 FPS. So yeah, there are some frame issues. There's supposed to be a big update today to increase performance, but obviously it's under heavy development. These guys, you really get the feeling like these guys really know what they're doing. They're adding a ton of content all the time. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I would recommend it. It's $24.99 on Steam right now, as I'm recording this. That's the early access price. I think it'll go up to probably $30 after that. And they said full release may be a little bit more than that, but they want to try to make sure it's not the full, $50 or $60 like a AAA, game would be. But I mean, this is an incredible game. There's so much more to it as well. This is just a brief overview. There's cave systems to explore. There's a lot of underwater content, like I had mentioned. There's a lot of different things you can learn from the Ingrams. I'll just kind of scroll through here. I mean, there's farming. There's bows and arrows. There's different tiered armors, different tier buildings. Man, there's explosives, and then you even get down. There's guns. There's a rifle. There's a rocket launcher. What was the other thing? Oh, and saddles. So you slowly unlock the saddles as you go for the the bigger and better dinosaurs. So that's pretty cool. Taming gets more difficult the bigger the dinosaur. So there's a lot of progression that I feel. From what I've heard, there's not a lot of endgame content. Right now the level cap is at 70, I believe. They just increased that recently. Oh, and as I don't know if I had mentioned, but the dinosaurs also level up. Like when you find them, they're a specific level, but they also do have an experience bar. This is his experience bar. So that's pretty cool too. And you can put points just like you can put points into one of these categories when they level up, which is really cool. So you can kind of customize. So like this guy, I've put some points into movement speed, some into weight, and a lot into stamina or health, so that he can kind of tank for me while I'm exploring. In case I run into like a Carno, or even while I'm swimming with a Megalodon, it can just take tons of damage, and I can either escape or take it on. But yeah, so I would recommend it if you like this type of game. I'm not sure I would recommend playing on an official server unless it's PvE. From what I've heard, PvP servers are pretty rough unless you have a big group of people that can kind of look out for each other. Because of the whole, aspect of you passing out when you log out, there's a lot of opportunity for griefing. So if you can find a group of people that you trust, or even look on the forums, there's a couple of groups that are pretty solid that have private servers that will let you join, and they make sure nobody griefs and they just have fun helping each other out. So I would recommend that highly. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna keep following the progress of this game, the updates and all that. Man, I've been talking like crazy. This is probably a lot longer than this is a lot longer than I expected to talk, but hopefully this was informative. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do more, or even like maybe tutorials, or just do some gameplay, or any questions. Let me know. I'm more than happy to answer any questions or do more videos. I love it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next video.